Hey Carol, how you doing? It's good to be back with you. So happy to be here. I am sitting in downtown Salem, Massachusetts, where I live. It might be a little noisy to do this right now, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyways. It's a beautiful day, the middle of summer, and I'm happy as can be. I'm sitting at my favorite cafe called Gula Gula Cafe, which is in downtown Salem, Mass, the city of misfits, and the place I choose to be. Yeah. So I'm really sorry to hear about your football team losing. I'm not a huge sports fan. As a local Boston person, we have had a long history of successful sports teams in the past 10 years. So there's something to say about having I guess, excitement about that. Definitely get it. Maybe next year, right? Well, you're asking about my history, my personal experience, what I've been through, and a little bit about punk rock and how I got to where I am today. So I want to share that with you. Introduction. I'm 43 years old. I'm as happy and healthy as I've ever been. I spent 30 years of my life on psychiatric medication that made me very, very sick. I was unaware that that was what was happening. I know now. It's very unfortunate that what happened. A lot of unfortunate decisions made by mental health professionals and my family who were quite mistaken and wrong about what they thought and believed, and that resulted in a lot of serious damage and harm to me and my wellness and my happiness and my ability to function as a regular human being. With that said, I am 100% forgiving of all involved, including myself, for all the things that I've said and done that have not been beneficial to me and, quite frankly, have been very harmful. However, life goes on. I choose to be in the moment. I choose to be in the here and now. And I choose to have gratitude for those experiences. For without every single experience that I've had, I would not be here today, doing as well as I am and as happy as I am and as healthy as I am and the beautiful, beautiful life and future ahead of me. 30 years of 40 different medications will make anybody sick, especially if you don't have the conditions that they are allegedly prescribed to allegedly treat. But that's what happens. I'm going to spend my time focused on all things good to the best of my ability. How can I make my life better? And how can I help other people do the same? I choose to not allow my suffering to be wasted. And I choose to let those many experiences of hardship and pain and hurt to be transformed into the beautiful life that I want, desire, and deserve, and that I want to help others have as well. Living in group homes and hospitals and poverty and problems with the police and violence and drugs. And you know what? That was not fun, not pleasant. However, it did result in the person I am today. And at the end of the day, I like me. I'm proud of who I'm becoming and how I'm doing it. And there ain't nothing that anyone can do to stop that or take away from that or get in the way of that. So, yeah, that is what is up with that. Happy. Just, yeah, good. Punk rock. You know what? When I was put into the first psychiatric hospital on April 13th, 1988, there was a woman there on the unit who was a punk rocker. She was wearing all black. She had earrings and bracelets and boots, and I knew she was the music. I had a little bit of experience before that. I found out about maximum rock and roll, and had the extremely odd experience of in the 80s on in the United States on the cable, they would show Another State of Mind, which is the documentary of Social Distortion traveling across the U.S. and Canada on like an early DIY tour. So somehow I got to watch that documentary at 2 o'clock in the morning on the weekends at 12, 13 years old. Not really knowing what it was, but when I was in, I ended up being in this hospital, I was completely freaked out. I was scared. I was frightened. And here's this woman in the ward. I knew she was a punk rocker, and I talked with her. She was nice to me. No one was really nice to me. She was. And she let me borrow some cassettes, Dead Kennedy's, Circle Jerks, Black Flag, and I knew right there and then that was the music I was into. That was the energy and the expression of anger and frustration and angst, and I 100% wanted that. And I knew that if I engaged with that, if I, as a disempowered young teenage kid with very little power control over my life, I could dress like a punk rocker, and no one could stop me. And that's what I did. And that was the beginning of this. The beginning. My first show was the band Wrecking Crew from Boston Hardcore Band in 1989, the Paradise Rock Club, and I went to that show, and while I walked in, it was chaos. It was extremely loud. Yes, it was violent. It was aggressive. Motorcycles going by. You could hear that. And I loved it. And I said, my goodness, this is where I belong. These are the people who get me. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up getting to go backstage at my first punk show, a hardcore show, whatever you want to call it. And I walk around, and there are these guys with, like, ripped jeans and boots and, smoking pot and drinking and shaved heads and long hair. Like, wow, these are my people. And can you imagine? I still know some of these people today. It's 2016. That was 1989. I still know some of these people today, and they're still my friends. And it's amazing how you can identify it at some fleeting moment in your life that you have something in common with other people, and that you can build with that and develop and create. So, 43. I was 15 then. I don't know, the math is kind of screwed in my head right now, but that's quite a long time, and you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful for every single experience. I'm grateful for that show, for being in that hospital, for meeting that woman in the ward, and every single thing that's happened since and before. For without every last experience, for without every last thing that, some people call quote-unquote bad, I don't call it bad. I don't even believe in that. I believe it is necessary, as is every experience, to get to the moment I'm at right now. And with that gratitude and that acceptance of the beauty of all the world has to offer, if you choose to, then that is just something that I treasure and embrace. And that's what brings me here to you in this interview, and it brings me everywhere. So thank you. Yeah, with gratitude. Thank you.